if I could address what the president is addressing right now, Governor, to limit the sale of what he calls dangerous firearms and those that have nothing to do with hunting and any of the rest. We don't know all of his plans, but Oklahoma is among those states that have, very active and very, very happy hunters. Will they be happy? Are you happy with some of the plans the president's outlining?
We're going to defend Oklahoma. We're going to defend our right to bear arms in the state of Oklahoma. We think it's a total overreach by the federal government. It's very clear in our Constitution. And the first bill I signed when I became governor was a constitutional carry in the state of Oklahoma. And as long as I'm governor, we will fight back against that federal overreach. But it's disappointing what's happening in D.C., the partisanship that the president is displaying.
Governor, we do know one thing he wants to take away are these so-called ghost guns, or those that have been retrofitted into something more dangerous and something that don't need to be. What do you think of that?
Well, I think they try to limit. They try to go after the manufacturer of bullets, of clips. They just are trying to go any way they can to limit our rights as Americans. And our way of life in Oklahoma is something that I'm going to protect. So there's a lot of schemes going on, and their ultimate goal is try to influence power and try to take rights away from citizens. And in Oklahoma, we believe in freedoms and personal responsibility, and that's what I'm going to stand up for as governor.
Governor, if I could switch gears a little bit, the president also seemed to show a little bit more flexibility than people thought on the hike in the corporation taxes from the 28% that's been widely trumpeted to maybe something closer to 25%, not because Republicans told him that would be a good idea, but Joe Manchin, a Democrat, said it would be a good idea. Where do you see this all ending up?
Well, I don't know if it was his idea or it was Joe Manchin kind of saying, hey, if you're going to get my vote, we're going to do something a little bit more reasonable at 25%. We obviously support the lower the better. Actually, in Oklahoma, we're looking at a tax reform package. We have a $1.6 billion surplus because our economy has been fully reopened since last June. And so we're actually going to return taxes back to the taxpayer. And when the feds are increasing taxes, we think that's great for low tax states like Oklahoma and our friends in Florida and Texas and Tennessee. And you're seeing it. You're seeing people vote and move their companies to states like Oklahoma.
On energy, and Oklahoma is certainly very big on that, and that's a very big concern of yours, especially with this new push for green energy on the part of the president. GM is announcing today this fancy schmancy $100,000 plus, Hummer SUV, an electric SUV at that. I haven't had a chance to talk to you in the past, Governor, about how you feel about this push toward this new technology. Everyone of the major car makers, automakers, seem to be in on it and expanding lines that would feature it. In fact, Volvo and Ford and others indicating it might be the only type of vehicles they sell in a few years. What do you think of all of this?
Hey, we believe in all of the above approach and let the economy and let consumers demand that. But what people need to realize, when they plug in their electric vehicle or their cell phone, where is that electricity generated? And it's generated by clean burning natural gas that's produced in Oklahoma. It's also produced by wind energy. But during this, the last huge ice storm and Arctic freeze that we had across the Midwest, you saw turbines frozen, you saw zero production from solar, and really it was natural gas, it was coal that bailed us out. And so we have to have an all-of-the-above approach. So electric vehicles are great. Oklahoma actually has more charging stations per capita than any other state in the country. So we are all for that. But people need to realize when they plug their cell phone in and when they plug in their electric vehicle, that actually gets generated by clean burning natural gas produced here in Oklahoma.
Governor, thank you for taking the time, sir. It was very good seeing you again. Governor Kevin Stitt, the Republican governor of the beautiful state of Oklahoma.